everyone. This is Perry with Digital Media Club TV. In this episode, we're having a panel discussion with Ali Sarwar, the manager of chapter engagement with the Foundation Fighting Blindness. Our panel of distinguished journalists will be asking her questions about herself and her organization. Welcome, Ms. Sarwar.
Thank you so much.
Tell us a little about your childhood.
Well, it was, not to sound boring, but pretty standard. So I live in a suburb of Chicago, and I currently live in a different suburb of Chicago. But growing up, I had two brothers, always had a family pet, and really was just active in sports and school activities. But other than that, it was just a lot of good memories.
That's so nice.
What were your interests in high school?
So, interest in high school, I don't know, subject-wise, I would say I was really into science, and this kind of goes into my extracurriculars as well. I was involved with just different environmental issues, and I think I'm stepping on someone's question. So, I want to make sure that my main interests were sports, specifically cheerleading. And then I'm a huge animal lover. Always had dogs, have dogs, and love wildlife.
Nice.
Sai?
I'm Taidisha, and I have a question. What came after high school?
Great question. Well, all of these are great questions. I loved going through them. So I went to a liberal arts college after high school, and where I went from, that was in Wisconsin, and it was called Carthage College. And I majored in public relations and communication. That was a double major, and then a psychology minor.
Amazing. What extracurricular activities in high school helped you prepare for your future endeavors?
This is the one I was like, I think I'm talking about another question, but really, when I saw this question, anything you do that's outside of school will help. Anything that you guys are interested in is super important. So, I used to babysit, and I was like, okay, yeah, I'm getting money from this, but I'm also learning time management skills, little things like that. But in terms of extracurricular activities, I did Key Club, I did Environmental Club, I did some sports, so very wide range of things.
What inspired you to take on your current position with the Foundation Fighting Blindness?
So I knew I always wanted to be a part of a nonprofit organization. And actually, right out of college, my first job was working at a local youth community or local youth organization where I was the community engagement manager. So kind of have the same role, but just a little more established. But I have always really wanted to, once again, be with a nonprofit. And some of my family members have low vision, so that definitely was a big motivator.
What is the history of the Foundation Fighting Blindness?
So it actually had a different name once, but it was founded in 1971. And so, yeah, we just hit our over 50 year anniversary. And at first it was called the Retinitis Pigmentosa Foundation, not as catchy. So now it is the Foundation Fighting Blindness organization. And since then, we have raised, let me make sure I have the right numbers because it's changing all the time. We have raised $876 million for our mission.
That's so much. You're doing very good.
What is the mission of the organization?
I thought that was a perfect follow-up question. So the mission is to fight. It's about driving the research that will provide preventments, treatments, and cures for blinding diseases.
Nice. On your website, there are beacon stories. What are these stories about?
Beacon stories are about those who are personally affected. So there's a wide array of different things that you can be affected by. It's not just one thing that causes blindness, but those individuals are open to sharing their stories and what motivates them to keep moving on. And they just have, a lot of them are amazing at whether it's an artist, athletics, that sort of thing. But it's just about, beacon stories are about individuals who are affected and wanting to share their story and motivate others that might feel alone.
Great. What is low vision and what are the low vision resources you offer?
Another question that I thought about a lot. So low vision, that is a difficult question because there's central vision, which is what we can see directly, and then the peripheral vision, which is around us. So there's a disease called retinitis pigmentosa, or RP, and let's say we're introducing ourselves in person and we want to give a handshake. Someone with RP, retinitis pigmentosa, might not be able to see that because they have central vision loss and they just can see just a circle, basically the face. So the rest of it is darkness. So vision loss, it's a tough question and it differs from each disease, but it's definitely something that should be thought about because a lot of people think it's like when they hear blindness that they think either you can see nothing or everything, but there's a lot more to it. So second part of that question is the foundation doesn't necessarily, where I work, doesn't necessarily provide resources, but we can direct to individuals, those organizations that do. And that's a huge part of where I work in the chapters department.
I know the disease you're talking about. One time a little girl had that disease and like there was her mom asked her to find the ball. It was right in front of her, but she couldn't find it.
So I saw your face when I was describing it a little bit. So maybe it was just because it wasn't in her central vision.
Mm-hmm.
What are national chapter vision webinars?
So that is something I don't believe we're doing anymore, but we did for the past 2 years due to COVID. And before that sounds like so sad that we're not having them anymore. It's because each chapter, we have over 40, or excuse me, we have 40 and we're growing. We have in-person events that are just like that. But those national webinars that you're asking about, those are where we have, it's about a specific topic, just something of interest to the community. And it's about either eye health or something that can provide hope for research advancements for a specific eye disease or eye condition. And really anything that we heard back from the community that they'd love to talk about, but specialists throughout the nation is what we had there. And that was on each Saturday, held via Zoom, like we're doing today, and 2 hours long.
Mm-hmm. Nice answer. Can the foundation fighting blindness help people find the right doctor?
So similar to resources, we want to make sure that people don't feel like they can't reach out to us. Even though we do not have those doctors, we are knowledgeable. We know who knows about their specific disease. So yes, there's a way that individuals who are affected, they can reach out to us.
That's nice. Wow.
Why is the genetic testing important?
So this is a difficult answer, but you might know your disease. So say, for instance, I have eczema. Does everyone know what eczema is?
Yes, the dry skin condition. I had that when I was little.
Okay, well, I can't think of another one. I thought that was pretty, I'm affected, so I'm just being selfish there. So anyways, so say you have a certain condition, whether it be asthma, eczema, retinitis pigmentosa. That doesn't necessarily help in terms of finding a correct treatment for you, because genetic testing, that helps provide, you have so many genes within inside you. So you need to know the specific gene that is mutated. And then that is where genetic testing is so crucial, because once you know your gene mutation, that's where you can find where our mission comes into play. That's those preventments, treatments, and cures. You can find one that's applicable to you.
Okay, very nice. What is a Stop Fighting Blindness campaign?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
What is a Stop Fighting Blindness campaign?
Okay, so that is something that is our foundation. I guess I want to say swag, but that sounds lame. Where we have, it's something that we launched about 2 years ago, and we have hats, we have koozies, we have dog bowls, and really that's just an effort to not only, I wish I had one on me. I should send you guys a photo. I have 2 dogs, and there's a dog little collars that they have for the Foundation Fighting Blindness, and it's just something that's branded. Of course, I'm not wearing anything branded today, so I can't give an example, but it's just to not only promote the foundation, but individuals who purchase things through that shop, a percentage goes back to the foundation to help fund our mission.
Nice. How do the local chapters form and operate?
So great question, because that's exactly what my job is as a chapter engagement manager. I work with 6 chapters in the Midwest, and I have a bunch of coworkers. So what we do is we put together a team of individuals, and it's not necessarily those that are affected, but anyone who just cares about the cause. So it's 6 leadership positions, and then individuals who just want to join and be a part of what we do. And when I say what we do, that includes just monthly calls, that includes volunteer opportunities, that includes putting together speaker series, which is also kind of a name switch of the national chapter webinars.
Nice.
What are your volunteer opportunities?
I love how this is kind of going consecutively. So volunteer opportunities there's a wide range. So chapters where I work, that's more long-term. So that's individuals who want to be a part of the organization or volunteer and help out throughout the year. But I think, especially I want to promote to you guys, if you or any of your siblings, anything like that, we have these things called vision walks, which are 5K fundraisers. And there's plenty of need in terms of volunteering, because we have setup, we have takedown, we have just different booths where it'd be helpful to have people be there, whether it's the food or water stand, something like that. But there's also different opportunities. So yeah, I hope that you guys, I'll see you guys later.
Nice answer. What are some examples of your DIY? Sorry, it sounds like DIY. Fundraising opportunities.
No, yeah, I think you're correct. So it's basically, instead of those big fundraisers, like I just mentioned, that Vision Walk, the 5K fundraiser, this is something that people hold on their own. So there's those golf tournaments. There can be golf tournaments. There can be bowling outings. It's really anything that you might have interest in. So there was a cornhole tournament. So let's see, I'm trying to provide a specific example for summer. There was, having like a summer festival, a field day, and selling tickets to do a pie eating contest or a dunk contest. It's really open to the imagination and just making it your own event.
Wow.
What are some examples of your workplace giving programs?
So that is more about, like your parents or just really anyone that works within a company. There's often times where if someone gives a donation, that a company is nice enough to match that donation for a nonprofit organization.
Nice.
Yeah, it's amazing. So that's the main one.
Tell us about your upcoming Facebook Cycling Challenge event.
So that's actually how I found your school, is just seeing that you guys your students were involved there somehow. But basically it's just a lot of you guys are active. So it's just tracking your cycling and putting that towards the foundation in a virtual setting.
I might want to do that. If Digital Media Club TV students would provide media coverage for your events and programs, would that help your organization?
Completely. Yes. I got so excited when I saw that question. I mean, I just was like smiling ear to ear when I saw each question. So I was trying to looking at, you guys are in Swanton.
You know, we have students all over the United States. It's a national organization. So we have students right now in Denver. We do have one student in Huffman Estates near you. But otherwise our students are all over the place.
Oh, okay. So never mind. So we are national as well, all over the place. So volunteering and just any aspect. Yeah, we'd love to have any of you guys interview us or anything like that, whether it be something like we're doing today or about our events like the Vision Walk. We'd love to hear that.
That's so nice.
What do you find the most rewarding about being involved with this organization?
Having every day, I have, having a purpose in life is very important. So I know what I do for a job is very, it changes people's lives. So that is what makes the day go by fast.
So we have Danya that's going to jump in, and she was a late addition to this, and she's going to ask you 3 quick survey questions, and then we're going to turn it over to Perry to wrap it up. So Danya, why don't you take over with your 3 questions right in a row?
Sure. Digital Media Club TV is an extracurricular activity for students 6 to 18 years old. Our students host online news programs and provide media coverage for nonprofits. My question is, what are your thoughts on this program?
I think that's a wonderful idea. I would love to partner with you guys more.
That's so nice.
Wonderful. How important is media coverage for your organization?
So we're a nonprofit organization. So really any way that we can get exposure is really important to us. So in my opinion, it does not necessarily matter if it's from Fox News or whatever, or I think actually it'd be more beneficial from local sources because we have those chapters within the community that probably pay more attention to that. So I think it's a very important thing to work with local contacts.
Cool. Our students receive course credits for these interviews. Are there any charity organizations that you could recommend for us to provide media coverage for?
I would have to maybe get back to you guys on that, but one that comes to mind is Lions clubs. There's also Lighthouse for the blinds. And then it really depends, because then there's the state rehabilitation centers for each state. But I think those two are good ways to start.
Okay, perfect.
Nice.
Well, Perry, we'll turn it over to you and she's going to wrap it up for us.
Sure. This is our last question from this interview. Question number 21. So many questions. Oh, so much. People would like to learn more about the Foundation Fighting Blindness. What can they do?
So there's individuals like myself throughout the country. But the easiest way to get started in terms of getting involved is going to the website www.fightingblindness.org.
Oh, I should have noted it down on my notepad here.
No, I mean, I can give a more detailed answer, but I think
That works.
yeah.
Thank you for being our guest today.
Of course, it was my pleasure, you guys. Thank you so much for having me.
On behalf of our panel of Digital Media Club TV journalists, this is me, Perry, reporting for Digital Media Club TV. Sayonara! Have a wonderful day.
You too.